she was unique. We met on a film and we got married in 1984 and she died on May 20th.
Love, loyalty, and dedication are qualities that go beyond the silver screen. Some of the most powerful stories of commitment happen off-camera, where real-life heroes stand by their loved ones through thick and thin. In this video, we honor the incredible strength of actors who not only thrived in their careers, but also showed unparalleled devotion to their wives during their most challenging times. These men chose to be there for their ailing spouses, offering comfort, support, and love until the very end. In a world that often prioritizes fame and fortune, their actions remind us that true love means standing by someone, no matter the circumstances. From enduring long battles with illness to providing emotional and physical support, these actors prove that devotion transcends everything. Let's take a look at the top 12 actors who stayed by their ailing wives' sides until their final moments. Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis is a true example of selfless devotion to family. After the tragic death of his wife, Anne Moranis, in 1991, Rick made the courageous decision to step away from his thriving acting career to become the primary carer for their children. Moranis, who had been a comedic sensation with iconic roles in Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Spaceballs, chose to prioritize his family over Hollywood fame. As a single father to his young twins, Rick reduced his acting commitments drastically, taking a break that ultimately stretched for decades. While the world eagerly awaited his return to the big screen, Moranis was focused on raising his children and ensuring they had a stable, loving environment. He's been vocal about never officially retiring. He simply shifted his focus. During this time, Moranis didn't completely disappear from the entertainment world. He lent his voice to animated projects, such as Disney Brother Bear, and guest starred in The Goldbergs, where his iconic character from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids made a brief comeback. Despite his absence from live-action roles, Rick Moranis' legacy reminds us that sometimes the most important role an actor can play is that of a loving parent. His hiatus from Hollywood, born from love and duty, is a testament to the strength of his character. Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder's love for Gilda Radner was one of the most beautiful and heartbreaking stories in Hollywood. They met in 1981 when they were both cast in Saturday Night Live skits. It was love at first sight for Radner, who later described their instant connection as something magical. They married in 1984, creating a bond built on shared humor and deep affection. Together they worked on 3 films, including Haunted Honeymoon, where their chemistry was undeniable. Tragically, in 1985, Radner began to suffer from troubling symptoms on set, and after more than a year of misdiagnosis, she was diagnosed with late-stage ovarian cancer. Despite the news, Wilder stood by her every step of the way. He was her rock, providing comfort and unwavering love during her battle. On May 20, 1989, Gilda Radner passed away, with Wilder by her side. His devastation was profound. The love of his life was gone and his world shattered. But in the wake of his grief, Wilder channeled his pain into action. He became a passionate advocate for ovarian cancer awareness, especially early detection. Wilder helped establish the Gilda Radner Hereditary Cancer Program at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA, and founded Gilda's Club, a support center for cancer patients in New York. His love for Gilda didn't end with her death. It became the driving force for his lifelong commitment to honoring her legacy. Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan's life was forever changed by the loss of his first wife, Cassandra Harris, who died from ovarian cancer in 1991. The couple's bond was deep, and their shared life together was marked by love, family, and commitment. They had a son, Sean, born in 1983, and Brosnan also adopted Harris's children, Charlotte and Christopher, from her previous marriage. Cassandra's battle with cancer began in 1987 while she was filming The Deceivers in Rajasthan. The diagnosis was devastating, and she fought bravely for several years. During this time, Brosnan was her constant support, standing by her side and caring for her with unwavering devotion. He has spoken about the emotional toll of watching her deteriorate, acknowledging that life changes dramatically when a partner is diagnosed with cancer. Sadly, Harris passed away on December 28, 1991, leaving Brosnan heartbroken. He has been candid about how difficult it was to cope with the loss. In 2008, Brosnan reflected on the pain of losing his wife, saying that the family cherished every moment they had with her, despite the tragedy that took her away far too soon. Brosnan's devotion to Cassandra during her illness and his enduring love for her even after her death exemplify a profound commitment. The grief of losing her remained with him for years, yet he continues to honor her memory in his own way, embracing life and his family as a testament to the love they shared. Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's world was shattered in 2009 when his wife, Natasha Richardson, tragically died after sustaining a head injury while skiing. Richardson was on a beginner's lesson at Mont Tremblant Resort in Quebec, Canada, when she fell. Initially, she seemed fine and even declined medical attention. However, a few hours later, she began to experience a severe headache. She was flown to Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City, where she was diagnosed with epidural hemostasis, a brain injury caused by bleeding between the skull and brain. She passed away 2 days later. The loss of Richardson, who had been married to Neeson since 1994, left him and their 2 sons, Michael and Daniel, devastated. Neeson described how his family pulled together in the face of this unimaginable loss, with the support of his mother-in-law, Vanessa Redgrave, and sister-in-law, Jolie Richardson, proving crucial. In an act of kindness, Neeson honored Richardson's memory by donating her organs. During this incredibly difficult time, Neeson focused on his children's well-being, although he admitted that the temptation to cope with his grief through work was strong. Neeson and Richardson had met in 1993 while working on the Broadway revival of Anna Christie, and they had a loving marriage that spanned 15 years. Their sons, Michael and Daniel, were born in 1995 and 1996, and both have continued to remember their mother's legacy, despite the immense sadness their family endured. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash's first wife, Vivian Lebedo Cash Diston, passed away in 2005 from lung cancer at the age of 71. The couple married in 1954 and were together for 12 years. But their relationship was strained due to Johnny's struggles with drug and alcohol addiction, constant touring, and infidelity. Vivian filed for divorce in 1966 and became the primary carer to their 4 daughters, Roseanne, Kathy, Cindy, and Tara. In 2005, Vivian published a memoir, I Walked the Line, My Life with Johnny, in response to the portrayal of their marriage in the biographical film Walk the Line. The book offered a personal look at her life with Johnny, shedding light on her perspective of their tumultuous relationship. In 2020, a documentary titled My Darling Vivian further explored their marriage, featuring home movies of Vivian and offering an intimate glimpse into her life. The documentary includes no dialogue from her until the final shot, highlighting her quiet strength. Vivian's death was a profound loss for her family, particularly her daughter Roseanne Cash, who was mourning the passing of her stepmother, June Carter Cash, at the time. Roseanne went on to have a successful career as a singer-songwriter, and Cindy also became a singer-songwriter and author, continuing to carry forward her mother's legacy in her own way. Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci's first wife, Kate Spath, passed away in 2009 at the age of 47 after a brave battle with breast cancer. The couple had been married since 1995 and shared a deep bond throughout their 14 years together. They had 3 children, twins Isabel and Nicolo, and daughter Camilla. Kate, a social worker, was an integral part of Tucci's life, and her passing left him heartbroken. Tucci has been candid about the profound impact of Kate's death on him. In interviews, he has said that her passing turned my life completely upside down. This statement captures the deep emotional upheaval he experienced after losing his wife to cancer. Even years later, he admitted that grief is a process that doesn't fully subside, revealing that he never stops grieving, and that it is still hard after 11 years. His words reflect the ongoing nature of grief and the emotional scars that remain, even with time. One of the most painful aspects of Kate's death for Tucci was the feeling of guilt he carried with him. He has shared that he feels guilty about not being by her side when she passed away, a sentiment that many people who experience loss can relate to. The guilt mixed with sorrow made her death even harder to bear, showing the complicated emotions that come with losing someone so deeply loved. Despite the heartache, Tucci's love for Kate remains a lasting part of his life, and their children continue to be a testament to the bond they shared. Tucci has focused on raising their children while carrying the weight of his grief, showing that even in sorrow, love and family remain central. Bob Newhart. The love between Bob Newhart and his wife Ginny was a beautiful testament to enduring commitment and affection, making her passing on April 23, 2023, both heartbreaking and deeply moving. After a long illness, Ginny passed away at the age of 82, leaving behind a profound sense of loss in the Newhart family. Bob, in his typically gentle and loving manner, shared the news on Twitter, writing, "We lost our beloved Ginny Quinn Newhart, wife, mother, and grandmother, on April 23, 2023. He further expressed his grief, saying, "She was our rock and we miss her terribly." These words, though simple, reveal the depth of the connection they had. Bob and Ginny celebrated a remarkable 60 years of marriage in January 2023, a milestone that many couples only dream of reaching. To mark the occasion, Bob shared sweet photos of their life together on social media, reminiscing about the decades of love they had shared. It was a public tribute to the life they built as a couple, showing just how important their bond was to him. The anniversary celebration was a poignant moment, as it now stands as the last major milestone they shared before Ginny's passing. Ginny was featured in the 2005 PBS documentary Bob Newhart, Unbuttoned, where she recalled their silly first date, offering a glimpse into the joy and lightheartedness that defined their relationship. Their marriage was one of love, humor, and companionship, and it's clear that Bob cherished Ginny deeply. The cute and tender recollections of their early days together contrast sharply with the sadness of losing her, making the grief even more profound. Through it all, Bob's love for Ginny remains a testament to a life well lived and a love well shared, showing how the deepest emotions are often tied to the simplest, most enduring relationships. John Travolta. John Travolta's world was forever changed when his wife, Kelly Preston, passed away from breast cancer on July 12, 2020, at the age of 57, after a 2-year battle with the disease. In announcing her death, Travolta took to Instagram, writing a heartfelt tribute to his wife. He shared, "Kelly lost her 2-year battle with breast cancer," and described her as "my beautiful wife," a reflection of the deep love and admiration he had for her. Grieving the loss of his partner, Travolta has been open about how personal and individual the process of mourning is. In the wake of Kelly's passing, he shifted his focus to ensuring the well-being and future of their children. The couple had 3 children together, their son Ben and daughter Ella, along with their late son Jet, who tragically passed away in 2009. Travolta has dedicated himself to supporting Ella's acting career and helping Ben evolve as he grows older, emphasizing that family has become his priority. In interviews, Travolta shared that the perspective you choose to adopt in life can deeply affect how you cope with loss. This realization has helped him navigate the profound sadness of losing Kelly, as he learned to focus on gratitude and love rather than the grief alone. Despite the pain, Travolta's love for Kelly remains unwavering, and he continues to cherish their memories together while finding solace in his children. The legacy of their love and family bond will undoubtedly remain with him as he moves forward. Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi's wife, Jo Andres, tragically passed away on January 6, 2019, at the age of 64 from a rare and devastating condition called encapsulating peritoneal sclerosis, EPS. This disease, which affects the bowel, is an extremely rare and often fatal condition. Andres had previously been treated for ovarian cancer, and it is believed that her battle with this illness might have been linked to the complications from her cancer treatments. She died in the comfort of her home in Brooklyn, New York, where she had lived for many years. Her death was an incredibly sad moment, especially considering the profound love and connection she shared with her husband Buscemi and their son Lucien. Jo Andrés was not just known as the wife of a famous actor. She was a celebrated artist in her own right. A gifted filmmaker, choreographer, and performer, she made her mark in the 1980s with her groundbreaking film/dance/light experimental performance art. Her creative works blurred the lines between visual art, dance, and film. One of her most notable achievements was the 1996 film Black Kites, which played at prestigious film festivals like Sundance, Berlin, and Toronto, and was even aired on PBS. Andrés's artistic vision and innovative approach left a lasting impact on the world of experimental cinema and performance art. Jo and Steve Buscemi had been married for 31 years, tying the knot in 1987, and together they raised their son, Lucien, born in 1990. Their long-lasting marriage was built on love, mutual respect, and shared creativity. In the wake of her death, Buscemi honored his late wife in various ways, including attending her funeral and paying tribute to her at CinemaCon. The sadness of her loss is deep, as she was not only a talented artist but also an integral part of Buscemi's life and legacy. Ossie Davis. Ruby Dee, a legendary actress and civil rights activist, passed away on June 11, 2014 at the age of 91. Her death marked the end of an era for both Hollywood and the civil rights movement, as she was a beloved figure who dedicated her life to both the arts and social justice. Dee was widely recognized for her powerful roles in both film and theater. Some of her most iconic performances include her role in the 1961 film A Raisin in the Sun, a poignant story about an African-American family's struggles with poverty and racism. She also starred in That Man of Mine, 1949, and The Jackie Robinson Story, 1950, where she portrayed Jackie Robinson's wife Rachel in a powerful tribute to the baseball legend's life and legacy. Alongside her acting career, Ruby Dee was a tireless advocate for civil rights. She and her husband, actor Ossie Davis, were deeply involved in social justice causes and were passionate advocates for African American equality. The couple's partnership extended beyond their personal lives as they both worked together to challenge racial discrimination and fight for equality. They were with numerous awards, including the National Medal of Arts, a Grammy Award, and the Kennedy Center Honors in 2004. Their work together also extended into film, where they were featured in 2 movies by renowned director Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, 1989, and Jungle Fever, 1991. Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis's relationship was truly special. They met in 1946 when they were both hired for the same Broadway production. It didn't take long for their professional chemistry to turn into a personal connection, and they were married in 1948. Their partnership lasted more than 50 years, making them one of Hollywood's most enduring and beloved couples. Together, they had 3 children and created a legacy of love, art, and activism. Ruby Dee's passing was a tremendous loss, not just for her family and friends, but for all who were touched by her work and her advocacy. She left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry and civil rights, and her legacy continues to inspire future generations. Thank you for watching our video on the top 12 actors who stayed with their ailing wives until the end. These powerful stories showcase the incredible love, devotion, and strength these men demonstrated while caring for their wives during their most difficult times. Their dedication is a reminder of the deep bonds that can exist in relationships. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming and inspiring content. Leave a comment below letting us know which story touched you the most. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.